A lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil,
Knievel.
not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little.
This is, I think, ladies and gentlemen, one of the oddest intros that you've heard from A Little Independent, but that is the podcast that you are currently listening to, and I hope of your own volition, under no duress whatsoever, and thank you for doing it. This is the podcast where two friends discuss, nay, celebrate independent, obscure, just plain weird movies. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Todd in the duress-free environment. I like how you...
I don't know where that came from. Hi, Todd.
You just said it came from you. Hi, Ryan.
Yes, it did. I'm just saying I don't know where that came from. I just hope that the listeners are feeling peaceful.
Well, I hope
listening to this because they want to.
I hope us coming into their house, into their ears. Wait. Let's back. That didn't come out right. Listening.
Here's the thing.
In their direct.
I'm going to let all the aspiring comedians out there.
No.
I'm just going to leave air for that. And you know what? You guys write your own joke to that. Like, how would you have responded? Because I know how I'd respond.
I'm sweating.
But this is episode 37.
Yes, that's what I have circled in my notes.
Which is really exciting. And I know in the past we've had some, discrepancies, that came up in episode 13. So we've been really good moving forward. And
episode 3, you mean?
No, 13. I think.
I thought the island, most beautiful island you were talking about.
No, where we had confusion as to which episode it was, 13 or 14 or 12 or 13 or one of those. It was in that.
Okay.
I was thinking about that the other day, but we've been, I think, pretty good about that. And we are going from, I think, one really independent movie to another really independent movie, but this week's movie is probably even more independent than the last.
Yeah, this is mega no-budget independent.
Yeah.
So the exciting thing about this one is it is my first blind date. So I'm Ryan, episode 10, he went out on a blind date immediately out the gate. And it took me to episode 37 to get the chutzpah to go on a blind date, I guess. Is that the right word?
This is fascinating to me because you are a little blushing day after, and I'm really curious as to how this blind date went, because if we had to quantify our blind dates, I dated a very, I had a very stern German blind date.
Yes.
With a lot of inner turmoil and, hopelessness and some hope and music you hated. So, I'm just kind of curious to see what, did you make breakfast the next day? I guess is really what I want.
Wow. Yeah. Did a breakfast in bed in the morning. So my blind date was 6'5", Montreal, French Canadian
man. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Very tall man.
Who makes out with a guy in the movie, in a commercial in the movie. How did that happen?
There were some
There's
scenes.
so many other girls we could have picked a movie for. I got a 6-foot guy.
There were some scenes
6'5"
that I laughed out loud very distinctly. But so yeah, how did this come about? Because mine was, I don't know, had no particular purpose, but yours has a noble purpose.
Well, so
I think
if memory serves, I'm on Amazon and just probably looking up, I don't know, maybe indie films or something, just doing some goofy search. And this book comes up. And so I click on it, and the book's called Don't Fuck Up Your No-Budget Movie by Ivan Perich. And I'm like, that's cool. What's this all about?
Yeah.
So I look up Ivan Perich on IMDb. I see he has 25 actor credits. And back in 2014, he did his only feature, which he wrote, produced, directed, edited, everything. Hence no budget. And I said, that's I'm doing a blind date with this. We're doing this one just to celebrate
You saw this man.
the achievement. So I bought the book. The book came in first. Started reading the book, and then in the meantime, I watched the movie.
And it's a hard copy. Like if you've slapped it a few times, like
yes,
so
it is not a paperback. It's not
the people
flimsy.
can hear, like,
it is
that's-
hard.
It's
I figure, I got 2 beers in me already. I might as well keep going with the theme because everybody knows what a
behave.
lightweight.
Look,
Yeah,
telling them all.
I am the lightest date in the world, and especially
Holy
on a blind
cow.
date. Yeah.
We don't have any beverage sponsors at present, or at least as of the taping. But
Oh yeah.
You know,
Michelob Ultra is my
that's
current choice. If you're
how
interested.
you keep that svelte figure, baby. As Billy D. Williams was doing that Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, I need to get the mustache going then.
Well, this is
in a nutshell, that's if
You-
memory serves, that's how it came about.
you are the guy. You are Captain Independent. I think this officially
yeah.
makes you like
Because-
you live it, you breathe it, you look at it on Amazon, you buy books about it,
Yes.
and from that comes attention for a film that I'll just skip to the end, has like 0 reviews. So for the purposes of this podcast,
Well, that made it rough on you. You can't you can't read your
so I'm coming at this with a little bit of anxiety because our normal dearth of information.
yeah.
But it's different, and I'm cool with that because again, what you did is what we do, and you found a cool movie, and you said, "Hey, friend Ryan, you should watch this."
Well,
and I watched it, and now we're talking about it.
Yeah, whether it was cool or not, I didn't know, but the fact that he did the movie back in 2014 and then wrote a book about it in 2020 during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and it's called, Don't Fuck Up Your No Budget Movie, and we're about celebrating independent film. This is as celebratory as it gets for the accomplishment of making a movie. So, bam, blind date, and we'll find out.
There you go.
And you'll find out along with us if we liked it, if we didn't, what we did like. We always celebrate the film. So,
Absolutely.
the accomplishment.
This is
So, the
Todd.
name of it is Too Tall. I think we kept them hanging long enough on that.
yeah, that's right. I mean, it,
From 2014.
it says it on the description. Hopefully, as you clicked on it, and if it is a mystery, I hope this is a nice payoff. Too tall. Should we have somebody insert like one of those whispery ladies saying it, in that BSDM or whatever?
Oh,
Autoerotic.
ASMR? Is that?
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
I don't. We
Yeah.
we talk about stuff. That stuff. where
Maybe
you
we
go,
should have somebody do that.
"You whisper
But it is called Too Tall, and the description of the film, in 2014. So we jumped from last episode's movie at 2013.
Yeah.
So we jumped forward a year.
Yeah, and you'll find out it was filmed in 2011. It took them 3 years to edit it.
The description of the film, and this is via IMDb, as we do. In the superficial world of show business, a struggling actor with a peculiar feature tries to balance his day job and his acting career. And career is kind of quoted. What do you think about that?
Peculiar feature leads you on a different path, but maybe that's what they wanted.
So it's called Too Tall. You look at the cover,
Yeah.
and again, peculiar feature. Did you at all think like, does he have like an embarrassingly large dick, and that's the part
No,
of
I
the-
probably watched the trailer, and they directly tell you exactly that
All right.
what the movie's about in the trailer because I usually do that.
So peculiar feature.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And the poster is pretty cool because he's like his head is cut off because he's so tall and
Yeah.
he's out of the shot. Yeah.
It is billed as a comedy. That is it. Comedy.
Yep.
Would you say romance? Comedy romance?
There is some there is some romantic comedy in it. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, it may be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, and anybody can email at us, a littleindependentpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us how the bit works on IMDb, where it's the genre are listed, because maybe the director or writer wouldn't want romance on there
for a
for a particular reason.
He'd want it to be thought of more as the comedy,
just comedy,
not a rom-com, and then it
yeah.
get passed over. Yeah,
because that's an interesting question. I mean, do you look at romantic comedies and straight comedies differently?
Yes,
I kind of do as well.
Yeah,
but maybe we should.
And us, guys pass over rom-coms, because they're the same formula, and it's a chick flick. So a lot of times we'll pass over that, but yeah, I mean, there's the romantic aspect, the happy ending kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely have that in there.
It's hard to have a movie that doesn't have some kind of.
But this isn't a rom-com in the sense that it's just one girl, and they have the meet cute, and then they have the breakup, and then they get back together.
Yeah.
So that is not this movie.
Billed as a comedy, and it stars Ivan Perrick as Van. Todd has already mentioned that he is on a date currently with Ivan. He's dating Ivan in this episode. He stars in the film, and so you'd never seen him again. You heard of him first through this book, and that was it.
Yeah, and then I watched Bikini Girls on Ice, 2009. So there's a little, drop of nectar for everyone out there. That is a no-budget slasher film. I will say, so Ivan and his co-star, what's his name? Tarek is in Bikini Girls on Ice together.
Uh-huh.
And that was 2009.
If you're dying to know, it is about a women's college soccer team, and they're stranded on the way to a bikini car wash fundraiser.
You have that queued up on your laptop?
And they decide to just set up shop in front of an abandoned gas station just to, get it done. And
the bus breaks down.
Things happen. So yeah, that's fascinating. I wonder if Tarek and Ivan began their dating career, as it were, artistically anyway.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, for sure they were. And Tarek did this movie for points. So
yeah. Van, again, Ivan Perrick is Van in this. He has quite a few acting credits. He's in a movie called I Suck at This, which looks to be some kind of high school vampire romantic comedy, which looks kind of funny.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
Redshift one, that looked kind of cool. It's like a mystery sci-fi. And excuse me. He has done stand-in work because he's best known for The First Thing. Did you see what he's best known for?
It was one of the
X-Men Days of Future Past.
I was going to say it's a big movie, yeah, but he doesn't have like a speaking.
This guy is tall, and he must have a connection to Alexander Skarsgård because he's a stand-in for Alexander Skarsgård in the Hummingbird Project and the Long Shot. So he's worked with him twice.
Okay, cool.
And Skarsgård must be 6'4", 6'5", I guess.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good gig. You just stand there where they set up the lighting and do all that, and you're getting paid for it.
Yeah, but Ivan and Tarek worked together before Bikini Girls on Ice.
Oh, do tell.
Oh yes, and I believe it's both of their first films. A little film that came out in 1996 called The Quest, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh God.
Which is to say,
oh God,
it's blood sport. We all know. Everybody, come on with me. It is blood sport. It's the same premise, ridiculousness. But Roger Moore is in The Quest, so Ivan Perrick is tangentially related to Roger Moore cinematically.
That is, and standing next to him, Roger Moore probably came up to his navel.
Exactly,
which would have been really funny.
So again, he and Tarek were extras in that. Ivan was an extra in 2008's Death Race, the remake with the one with Jason Statham. So
yeah,
this guy
he might have met him.
Yeah,
all your heroes
might have met him.
So maybe you can get a T-shirt that says "What would Ivan do?" instead of what would is it what? How does it go? What would Jean-Claude Van Damme? What are the initials?
Oh wow. Well, no.
WW.
It's VDD because the Vin Diesel's initials are VD.
Well,
Nobody ever really
there's one
talks
for
about
Jean-Claude too, isn't there?
I'm sure there is.
Oh,
I don't have
you don't
that.
even you've completely dismissed them because it's all about the Diesel.
I find Van Damme's decision making a little more questionable. If Helen Mirren trusts in Vin Diesel, then trust in
I
Vin Diesel.
cannot argue with that because she is a gem.
Yeah, email us to see what happened with the whole Vin Diesel
Look at us,
Helen Mirren explosion that
getting into
happened for Todd.
gossip. Was that overseas? I want to say you said London, maybe.
Yeah,
or-
I don't know. But Todd's mind was exploded.
Yeah. Well, I texted you about a Helen Mirren movie I just watched. I think it was the one where the painting was stolen from her family with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
And then so your
I went
reply
on a
back
rant.
to me was, "Hey, she's hanging out with Vin Diesel and
Yeah, after the
making
rant
out
about
and
how
you know."
Ryan Reynolds is in red and everything. Yeah. Anyway, this movie also stars, as we've alluded to, Tarek Gatter. I don't really know how to pronounce that. As Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. Johnny has 11 movie credits to Ivan's 25. I'll bet they met in film school. That's my guess.
A lot of this does seem quite autobiographical, to be sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the
It's based on stuff on gigs
the,
they've gone on.
like the acting class they take. Stuff
Yeah,
like
and,
that.
and the Fish Dogs. One guy with a camera in a garage that the door slams down like it's in Silence of the Lambs.
I have a lot of questions for you about that. Johnny also was in The Quest, as we mentioned, and in Bikini Girls on Ice. And his mom was of Italian descent and a language professor. His dad was a Lebanese immigrant who moved to Montreal at 22 years old. And Tarek's dad was a successful hairstylist. And this guy's dad used to cut William Shatner's mom's hair.
Yes, I did. That
How
was
about
it on
that?
his bio, right?
How about that?
William Shatner.
Isn't that something? So,
Do you think he met
Shatner
him?
maybe gave this guy a lift somehow, got this guy to where he's at.
To
Never heard of him.
Exploring Worlds.
Thank you, William Shatner, for nothing, because I've never heard of this guy. But he plays Johnny. Third build I have is Mariana Taylor, and she plays Melissa. Have you?
She's a little cutie.
All righty. Well,
That's all we got because
so yeah, I think we
she's
can.
got 5 credits, and
we'll
I think
stick to
they're
the
all
end.
shorts.
We'll cut to the end. Most of the people, they don't have a lot of credits. Michelle Lafricaine, I don't know if
Yes.
that's the right way to pronounce that. She plays Jen, and Alexandre Lapointe plays James Bartell. And this was written and directed, produced, I believe, starring
Yep,
Ivan
edited,
Perrick.
co-edited actually. So there is one more. Michaela, and last name is
I think there
D-I-C-E-S-A-R-E.
definitely are more people in the movie. Sorry.
She plays a role of an agent that Johnny is going to see, a rather busty agent with a low-cut top, young gal sitting behind the computer, and they make a point to show that. But in her bio,
What are other qualities about her?
he didn't look up too much. Eyes are up here. Eyes are up here. Oh yeah. So
it was more
she
of a
is
point of
a-
view camera issue.
yeah. But anyway, the interesting part about her is she doesn't have that many credits. So she has 14 film credits, but it turns out she's a playwright and a theater actor and has quite an extensive bio of theater work in Montreal, Toronto, I believe area. And that was her major at University of Toronto, drama. And so it's kind of cool. I mean, that was probably part of the
Yeah.
union casting or whatever that they got her in. But to see her credits in the theaters, it's really extensive.
Nice.
So sometimes, you just never know. You never know what you're getting when you talk to your agent.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, these guys must have are having a tough road. This was filmed. The movie was filmed in Montreal, and an hour and 25 minutes. So easy breezy.
Yeah.
it it felt longer than that, I will say. I don't know how. And from his website, Ivan Perek, he holds a bachelor's degree in communications and a minor in theater from Concordia University in Montreal. And in 2015, he was voted in Cult MTL Magazine's yearly top 10 best actors and filmmakers. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. So I do have a film festival that he was in from his book. So first off, I'll tell you, he applied to 5 Montreal Film Fests and was turned down by all of them. So and he mistakenly, as he puts in his book, thought that because he was a local boy, he would have the best shot of getting into a local festival. All 5 of them turned him down. So he rented his own 200-seat theater, sold it out, and premiered his own damn movie. You go, Ivan. And then a festival that he did premiere in was Sanford International Film Festival. And he said that, wasn't sold out, but he said it was one of the greatest moments of his life.
Sanford?
Yeah, I think it's Maine or somewhere.
Nice.
It's south. It's in the U.S., but south of. I looked it up, but I didn't put notes on it.
If it spawned off a smaller festival, could that be the Sanford and Son Film Festival?
Out. How's that? Was that?
Yeah, no. I'm embarrassed I said it.
Yeah. well,
to be honest.
my music wasn't much better.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some letters about that. Well, this was a movie that, knowing it was a pick and where it came from, such a purely independent place,
Blind date.
I
had not watched it.
And I tried to get into the spirit that you did in like jumping into Wings of Desire, because I'm a weirdo and would have chosen a movie like that just to maybe test you, but you're not a terrible person like me. So you want to put joy out there and you want to make things lovely. So I had this open mind, and I will say the movie, I have a lot of questions. The movie is pretty uneven. Did you think it was uneven?
Now, it is super low budget. It's shot on a Canon, mini DV camera. So you've got that feel to it, right? You don't have a movie 35 millimeter, look,
it looks
feel
pretty
to
good.
it.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It felt like sometimes it trying to be really corny on purpose. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I won't be in on the joke enough because I'm taking it too serious.
Well, some of the jokes did lay there.
Because I mean, they're like, they blatantly rip off like one infamous comedy.
Yes.
In a scene
from 1994.
In a scene that, despite that, made me laugh out loud.
Yeah. Which I think is an accomplishment, because as soon as they went into it, I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah,
everybody knows exactly what you're doing. But
that's funny.
Playing it off the fish dogs, I thought was clever.
Yeah. Well, this movie starts in the strangest way, and so you watched it on YouTube, right?
Uh-huh.
I rented it on Amazon, and it started with
I just have to point that out. Ryan, so Ivan made money off of Ryan, and I didn't pay shit for my blind date.
Oh,
so I apologize.
I 100% forgot.
Well, maybe he gets money for me watching it on YouTube.
He gets, views and
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this movie starts with a Zoolander style commercial that confused the shit out of me.
Yeah. James Bartell.
Now here's why. Because when we do these really independent movies, we run the risk of, finding the wrong one, or it's not like a Jack Frost scenario, but it could be.
Yeah, and this is super high risk because I hadn't seen it, right? And I said, we're doing this movie.
But you texted me the cover, and I kind of
the
cover of the film
and the cover of the book.
But I was, even in my dumb Ryan brain, I'm like, I know it. I got it. I'm putting in the code because I'm paying money for this.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is the one. Jess, this is the one. And it starts with a commercial in just a like uncomfortable close-ups of facial hair, and I wanted to be sick. And I'm going, shit.
Was
I
it like
fucking
for
blew it.
Cologne or something? Oh, you
Yeah.
thought you had the wrong movie?
Oh, yeah. I was about to text you.
'Cause I even told you earlier that
I was
day.
so confident I was right that I knew I was wrong.
And Jess is probably asleep by this time.
No, she'd made it through this because of
She
course
made it
she wanted to be
through-
like, what's this idiot done now? All right, let's see what movie it should have been. I think she was just in it for the comedy at that point. So, but it starts.
What the hell did Todd pick now? Is that
It starts with a cologne commercial,
yeah.
and a dude walks away in a pair of boxers, and
yeah.
and that's it.
And it's black and white.
And again, I'm left in the wake, and I'm like, Todd, you did it again. You got me.
You thought I
This is a
Monty
Monty
Doro
Doro
you?
scenario. And then I started thinking, how are we going to work Too Tall into everything we've built already? So anyway, Jess is like, we'll text him because this is fucking bizarre. And it goes on for a long time. Then it goes to the production companies. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe that was a weird, like, Amazon thing. I didn't know what to make of it.
Oh, because I got music sets the tone, for the light music for a comedy. You just kind of know. I thought the
But
music.
did you know
they
that
picked the
that-
right good music for that?
Did you know the commercial was part of the movie?
Yeah,
Oh man, I didn't.
yeah.
know.
I hit play and the movie started.
It was bizarre. And then it goes to the production companies. And then, okay. And then it goes to, what, a 40-year-old kid in high school
Yeah,
with a receding hairline. And I'm like,
you didn't buy into.
oh,
They
this
didn't have
is
enough
like
makeup.
Howard Stern in Private Parts. I see. Suspending disbelief. And then I was in because it's clearly, Ivan.
Yeah, he says 10 years earlier.
And so he's establishing a awkward high school thing,
Right.
which again, this movie just maybe messed with us for a while because he goes up to a girl and he's talking to her about, he's clearly sweet on her,
Yeah.
and her rejection to him is pretty funny. And then he pukes on her, and I'm like, this is going to be a dream. And he wakes up,
But it wasn't.
but no, it's
It jumped to 10
very
years later.
visceral puke. I mean, so
It was
the-
green pea soup for sure.
Well,
I think.
Well, it looked legit. So the art department and special effects or whomever, I didn't
Yeah.
look that part.
I laughed out loud when that happened. It was totally unexpected,
And
and
then-
I hate
but-
to ruin it for people. I mean, but it really
Then
hits
it
you.
throws in one of the professors or whatever is Master Bates.
That was before he
And I'm
went to
like,
the girl. Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah, and that joke just kind of laid there.
Yeah.
Because he went, well, thank you, Master Bates. Yeah,
And then this 10 years later thing, and there's this
and then they kind of.
this may be an edited episode.
We love to hear you cough, Ryan. We
I don't know.
take a drink.
I've got some of the stuff that the kids went back to school, and here we are.
Oh, they bring home all kinds of goodies for you, don't
Yeah,
they?
they got colds almost immediately. But there's this dramatic shift in tone in the music and everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what is going on? It said straight up comedy, but, again, maybe this is a real fucked up movie and Todd just got us.
Well, did you laugh out loud at the puke scene?
I didn't laugh out loud.
That just threw me back. I was so surprised.
I guess I was still stuck on the Master Bates thing, and I was just like,
Well, that joke just laid there. I agree.
Yeah. So then there's this like dramatic shift in tone. Then there's a completely different shift in tone, which intros the movie, and it's kind of more of a narrative, and it's just him kind of complaining about being tall.
Yeah. Yep, which is kind of, I think, in the trailer where they go through, how tall are you? They go through the three different people saying, how tall are you? And he says
So
he hears it every
these
day.
are the things that are annoying about being tall, and
Yeah.
So, it wasn't super relatable for me right away. I was just like, oh, is this movie just going to be about being tall?
Yeah.
And it's a bummer to be a nice white tall Canadian.
Yeah. Well, the movie's called Too Tall.
I know, but I bet that this shit's real. Like, as it relates to how
How he feels.
acting and
Yeah.
how specific and the only things you can do because you look a certain way or you don't look a certain way.
Yeah, it is based loosely on his real life and experiences. in the acting career.
But
Now,
right
I don't know if
away-
he puked on a girl in high school or not. I don't know.
So he's, and he does a lot with a short amount of time. Trying, he's in the fitting room and the jacket doesn't fit, and I get asked this question, and then
Yeah.
it goes right into, I think the scene that you liked when he's trying to, I think, address everybody's question, like, is your dick huge, man? Because that's got to be why there's the scene.
Oh,
about
yeah.
him.
He does. Oh, and he said dating's a problem too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a
I
series
thought
of
that scene was hilarious.
shots of him. Because what does he say?
I am
Yeah,
proportional.
I am proportional.
And then they got this great camera angle where you just see like the upper thigh on down,
Yeah.
and down
Just
come the
shy of-
shorts.
Just shy of taint.
And he's in a bedroom montage with 3 different girls, and the girls, shuddering in fear and running out of the room.
Yeah,
so
like literally running out of the room.
so here's my take. If you're gonna write your own movie, if you're gonna write your own Rocky, right, where you're the man in it, you might as well be hung like a horse, right? Makes sense?
yeah. I suppose.
Or is it funny if it's they're
And then-
saying,
and then
that's too small?
He plays the racial card right at the end with the black girl. And
Oh, the third girl is black, and then
she-
she doesn't run out of the room.
and it's
She's
not
probably used to it.
and I thought, okay, that could have been much cheesier or schlockier, but
You think
it
that's
was-
what they were going for in that one?
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, playing up stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
And this is what this movie is about. A lot of it, I suppose, and things that he faces. But then it goes into something that I thought was really clever, but I didn't know how clever at the time. Is him in what's clearly an acting gig. You don't know of what sort, and his partner in this scene has an epic meltdown, screaming at everybody.
Yeah, and that's we don't know it now, but this is a final.
Yeah,
This is an actual scene in the end, so the editing stuck
that was
one
really
in there.
cool.
Yeah,
Because again, out of
because
context,
he calls him what, a giraffe?
Yeah,
this
and
"You
that's the
fucking
recurring
giraffe."
thing. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And so he's tying it up.
But this is the
Yeah.
thing about the insider stuff about Hollywood, and that's where I fault the movie a little bit, in that it wasn't as insider as I'd like. I love that part of this when
the indies.
the audition stuff and
Yeah.
the little bits of info that he's got and the things that you overhear of how just objectified you are, because not that actors need more reasons to be loved, but I think, struggling actors, struggling comedians, you go through stuff that's hard
yeah.
and maybe even degrading, and
Eviction notices, late bills,
Yeah.
having to beg and borrow money.
even Bartell has to audition. You know what I mean? Like this clearly fake, just
yeah.
what a fucking asshole, by the way. I'm going to get that out of
So,
the way. That
the-
actor did a tremendous
Good
job.
job.
in this
You
movie.
do not like this guy, so you got to give him credit.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I mean,
He's such a douchebag.
holy shit. It's staggering. Staggering.
Yeah. Way to go, James. Well, James Bartell is his character name.
Yeah, and that's the stuff that in this movie I think is really, really cool, is the insider stuff, and it really does make it
Yeah.
make you understand the grind,
And-
and then
And anyone can order his book and get the the in-depth insider stuff if you want. Just
and I love how this guy, and I'm sure this is a stereotype too, is just chronically late for work.
well, and also
can't
what
make
got
it.
me is the manager is always standing at the door as he comes running in.
Yeah,
I'm
with
like,
the sign that says manager with his
yeah,
face
with,
right
with
behind.
his own ego,
Yeah.
little picture behind him, and he's standing there with his hands on his hip. It must be 4, 5, 6 times that this happens,
Yeah.
but every single time he is standing in the doorway. How does that happen?
Well,
that
it's-
doesn't.
I think
it's
that's-
for comic.
That's
you know.
that's small filmmaking too, because you look at the way they have to use the camera and
Yeah.
use shots. You have to use just a corner of a room or a portion
Yeah.
of this.
Well, he could have shot all 6 of those scenes,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
And
right
he-
back to back.
But he used
each
it
time.
for comedy.
Yeah,
So he probably, economized
yeah,
and had to be smart about what he was doing because it looked like they were in a real mall at a few points.
Yeah, if you're gonna do the repeating scene to make it funnier and funnier, how he's always late. I mean, you just shoot all those back to back and have them ready to go.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Look
Getting into the mind.
I know.
The minds of the
Ivan's
filmmaker.
gonna write us.
Of course,
You
that's what
guys,
you do.
you guys don't even
Can
know
you
what
imagine?
the
Like,
fuck
well,
you're
we got
talking
one out
about.
of the way. Let's do the next one tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll do the
let's
third one
reset all
Thursday.
up and
Yeah.
redo the lighting.
Waste
and,
everybody's time and the no money that we have.
Yeah.
I love that. He's chronically late for work. He is meeting with agents. He's balancing all this stuff.
Yeah, even his agent does the whole. Hollywood actors are 5'9", 5'10", and you're like way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those scenes were I
this-
think funny.
Yeah, his agent is a different agent than the one I just spoke of a little bit ago, than Michaela.
And it feels like, and he has this coworker, Jen, who just seems to be the sweet coworker who's,
Yeah.
again, and I don't know, is he a likable character? I guess I can just ask you straight up.
Ooh, he's self-centered, doesn't think of others as much, but that his arc does correct that, I think, towards the end.
Kind of.
Not completely, but yeah, he's...
So that's funny.
So that doesn't make him very likable, I guess.
Actors don't always come across as very likable, and I wonder if they care.
Well, they want to be. I think they all want to be. They want the likes.
I
they
get
want
it.
the.
And is that like artistic journey empathetic? Is it easy to watch when you are toiling away at your own 9 to 5?
Right.
And how are you supposed to, like the guy who lives 2 blocks away and he can't make it?
Yeah. He has to go on his lunch break.
Yeah, and he didn't even get a lunch break. He
Or he
had
didn't
to
even
do this
get to eat.
audition. He didn't even get to eat, and you're like, motherfucker. Oh man. Again, in doing what I do, outside of this,
Yeah.
that, kind of part of my
home.
brain is
Yeah.
like,
Well,
this is the
and-
worst employee ever.
And we both go back to when we were, musicians before parenthood and
Yeah.
the domestic life, and you kind of relate to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Of the stuff that's going on.
Well, I mean, it's the struggle is the glory. I say it all the time. And I think in
I like that.
what all the things that we're always doing, and
Yeah.
there's nobility in that. I think that.
Well, then we
But-
are really glorified right now in this podcast, struggling to episode 37.
grinding it out
Grind. That's
Well, it is the same
exactly
thing.
what we're doing.
with music, with movies and things like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
But
I'll
sometimes, you got to sacrifice so much, and you got to, give so much to that thing that, how do you make that character or somebody likable or empathetic?
Yeah. Well, and all the hundreds and thousands of hours that time you put into your craft, whether it's
Yeah.
acting, whether it's playing an instrument or whatever, and then people only see,
Yeah.
those couple minutes and whether
he-
you were
he has
on or off
moments-
that night,
Yeah.
and that's, you can be judged by that. So that's tough. That's
he has
tough
moments
on
of likability, I think, when the scene when he gets to work,
you. Yeah.
the guy does a tremendous job. I mean, you just get him there.
What about so we're getting into that scene probably where he's mimicking the French
Oh yeah.
guy.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
It was, and he was so spot on with the intensity in his imitation. They're both speaking French to each other about the phone or French accent,
Yeah.
about him turning in his phone.
And he comes back, and Jen's like, and he's like, did I do an accent again?
She's like, that's borderline racist.
Yeah, and like it's an actor thing, like
Yeah.
he's taking from a customer's accent,
Yeah, he's mimicking,
and
he's
it's
mirroring. him.
rude, but he was speaking fully in French, and that was funny.
Oh yeah, yeah, and clearly, and a lot of his on YouTube, his YouTube channel has a lot of his trailers, and he's done quite a few French shorts, French commercials. So he speaks French just as well as he does English.
Yeah, and again, that makes him likable, like that he's good at his job. And when he meets the love interest in the movie, Melissa, he says he doesn't work that much. You know what I mean? He's honest with her about he could take
Yeah.
like, oh, you're an actor. How interesting.
Well, when she said, what have you been in? What have I seen you in? And then he's like, oh.
I think typically they start to, stretch
Yeah.
things. And I
he
walked
didn't.
by the set of one movie, that kind of, and he says literally, well, if I worked more, maybe you had heard of me or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And, he doesn't, he doesn't try to play off it. And then she asks him out
Yeah.
for a cup of coffee, which, ladies and gentlemen, will be coming on to A Little Independent fairly soon, since we have just hired a new marketing gal. Listen to me. I got the old talk going. Folks and gals, but that's my talk, folks. So, see, there it is. I'm coming self-conscious like an actor. And I don't know why I say, that's just what I say.
Really getting into this episode. You're
Yeah.
getting into
I'm
to his headspace.
I'm in it. Yeah. So, buy me a coffee, buy me a ketchup, possibly buy me a sucker.
Yeah.
Go back to Suckergate in episode 3, but
How
that's an
about that?
exciting trajectory that we have coming.
Well, we have a new person who is helping us with all the things that I mostly suck at.
I don't do at all.
So, yes, and we're so thankful to people like that, and thankful to anybody who supports us and listens still to this day.
Yes.
It is very appreciated.
Especially Brussels. Just want to mention Brussels. Give them a shout out if they're still listening by episode 37.
And if you're an actor, grinding away in Brussels, and just like this guy, he gets the final notice stuff. I love, you have to set up the typical tropes, right? He's in a lousy apartment. The picture behind him, which I'm glad was addressed.
The picture
behind him, the frame had like no picture in it. It said like 16 by 10 frame.
Oh,
And he addresses it later, which I thought was actually pretty funny.
His buddy addresses it, but I don't.
Because I thought maybe it was a mistake, like they just didn't see. They forgot to fill the frame.
What was that there for? Waiting for his famous movie poster,
maybe.
kind of like when he's made
it.
It.
Could be.
Okay.
But he addressed it. He's like, I've got a frame with no poster in it. Like,
yeah. Like,
that
what a
kind of
loser. So, yeah, that was my guess, was there for his success picture.
And so you have this, and then we are introduced, and I have more questions for you than anything, because we get to this other agent.
Well, this is kind of your blind date
who
too.
You talked about. Well, you're book learned on this subject.
Yeah,
so.
You're right. I do. I'm sitting here with his book, the hard copy. I didn't chintz
to find something, but so we're introduced to another agent, and again, I assume everything is kind of set up to show you how shitty this grind is, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's the agent, that forgot to button her blouse that day.
Oh, Johnny's agent.
Her defining characteristic. And who's there's just another actor. Who's the Asian man in front of her that she's just given no time of day to? And he's like, "Do you have anything for me?"
What Asian man? Did I see a different version of you than you? So his agent that he ends up paying $20 to, that she shoves in her bra.
Yeah, that's not the lead actor. Wasn't that a totally different person?
All I saw was Johnny in that scene.
I just wrote down who is the Asian man, and then Agent Cleavage, $20 a month.
Yeah, that's it. But I don't remember an Asian man in that scene. Huh.
So,
well,
wow. It's possible that you and I watched the same scene and you saw the lead actor of the film. I saw a completely
my
different
eyes
person.
were diverted, Ryan. I have to blame Michaela on that. Yeah, I don't remember.
Thanks
an
for
Asian guy
giving
in that
me an
scene.
out for potentially being 100% crazy.
No, well, I didn't see it, or I didn't put it in my notes. Let's put it that way.
Well, there you go. And that's a classic note. Who is the Asian man? Agent Cleavage, $20 a month.
And well, that's the same. That's 100% the scene.
Okay.
So before Johnny sat down, there was an Asian guy sitting there, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I thought he was the one interacting with this woman.
No, that's not my recollection.
Okay.
So this is why eyewitnesses are the worst for a crime.
Yeah.
And on the stand, because eyewitnesses don't agree and their memories aren't the same. And
tell us what we missed. We missed it. What I think is interesting is they're Johnny and Van are on this journey. They're do they ever establish where they are? Do they say they're in somewhere? I could
Well,
never
they're in Montreal. Do they actually say that?
or is this just
I
supposed
don't-
to be a town? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you assume Los Angeles, but you don't see any of the telltale signs, obviously.
No, and
So it's just a town where they're just trying
yeah,
to
I
make
mean,
it.
we're coming up on the restaurant scene where they do their first date, and they do show the menu and the restaurant on
Yeah.
there. But I don't think it says it was filmed in Montreal. We know that
But
from him.
they say early on, Van says that he and Johnny have a dream of being actors no matter what. And so Johnny's I think working a little, he hustles harder. I think he's
Yeah.
more dedicated to the craft. Would you say?
Right, but we find out he does not have the stressors that Van has
This is
because he
true.
lives with mom and dad.
Yeah.
So Van's got bills to pay and late notices and probably eviction notices and
You see them, yeah. Oh, yeah.
working at the
cell phone store.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
oh, there's some
Because Bartel comes in and he
oh
plays
and just-
credit card poker.
yeah, and Blondie is clearly
Just
smitten with him.
hopelessly smitten kitten. Ugh.
Smit-
That guy's
And
the
he's-
worst. I hate his
and
face.
he is such a
Like he's such a good actor. I hated his fucking face. I saw it like the epitome of pretentious.
oh
just-
yeah,
just talentless actor.
the arrogance is just oozing out of his
it's
pores.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, very effective. But Johnny has a what appears to be a steady gig, and we have to talk about this. We have to talk about Fish Dogs because Johnny,
Yes.
he and Van have alternate paths. They seem to have different representation of whatever kind
they each have their own
in
agent.
a way.
Yeah,
And Johnny goes into a small warehouse of some sort.
yeah. So his agent,
Yeah,
Busty gal, I guess we'll call her, because that's her thing, and the thing is the agent.
we could try that.
She
first.
was playing solitaire on the computer. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And he gives her the $20 that he's supposed to pay every month because he hadn't paid up, and then she's like, "Well, there's an open casting,
Just an open call.
for a commercial," and he's like, "All right, well, give me the address. I'm there." And it turns out to be a roll-up door to this gross, shady, scary, a handwritten taped sign on the
yeah.
roll-up door on the outside, and he's just like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
So it appears to be a commercial for hot dogs. Well, and again,
Which are called fish dogs.
we've talked about it on the podcast before. I share with Jason Mantzoukas an aberrance for mouth sounds, eating sounds.
Oh yeah, I
in
thought of you.
movies.
Yep.
This one, I had a little like in the throat going. You know
No
what I'm
way.
saying? Like-
Worse than
like,
Skin of the Wolf.
worse than Skin of the Wolf because
Oh, well, that's a new high. This
yeah.
is a big moment right now.
because the idea of what he was doing was more palpable to me.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Well, it wasn't cooked, and it was dripping wet.
Yeah.
There was like
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah. So
drip
it's
water off
water
the end of it,
sounds
and then the sound effects.
of him chewing an uncooked or a room
Uncooked
temperature hot
fish
dog.
dripping dripping wet. So you know it's just fish guts ground up to make it look like a hot dog.
So the guy filming these things is a large Russian man
is it
smoking and
like a white
in a white tank top,
white
slightly stained with probably cheeses of various sorts or whatever,
Yep.
right? So my question to you
big old belly.
is this some sort of very specific Russian porn that he is videotaping?
Oh,
Like
a
young
ASMR.
American man eating hot dogs, because that's all he seems to be doing in these commercials. And
Well,
this guy's just like, yeah, it's good, yeah,
He-
oh, eat it, oh, yeah.
You are spot on with that accent. Not your
I
take.
am not.
He
but
was yes. That was beautiful, Ryan.
It
Take
was
credit.
a stereotypical I'm ashamed.
But
I
he was saying, "Oh, these are good." So I think he was actually filming a commercial.
You're avoiding the question.
I don't see
Was he
any pornography.
filming a very specific. Do you recognize that specific type of pornography could exist?
Ooh. If people buy feet, and I understand pictures of feet, I understand they do by the droves.
This is a bit of a leap
then
you're
this
making.
could certainly be a niche.
Leap to eat, feet to
Yeah.
wet
Well,
hot dog eating.
So here's how I liken it to then, to answer your question. Olivia Munn, who we've mentioned on this show before,
Yes.
just because we're fans.
Yes.
And she has some famous GIFs. If you just pick up your phone and Olivia Munn eating hot dogs, you will see her eating handfuls of hot dogs and also one hanging from a string with her hands behind her back. So, yeah, I guess there is a genre, a niche market for that. And it may have been created by Olivia Munn. I don't know. Maybe it started before her, but that's my answer. What do you think?
I'm going to have to really give that the proper thought.
You
that
didn't
it
know I was going to
deserves,
throw
sir.
that back at you like that. I didn't either.
You use niche and everything.
Yeah,
Well,
and,
for
so that brings up a quote from his book that I have to just say. And he talks about, because everything is now digital, and that shooting with film, 35 millimeter film or 16 millimeter, is now a niche market. And that you just have to sit and think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Because how many decades was everything shot on film? And now that's a niche market.
Yeah.
It's like what happened with record albums before they came back like they are now. Huh?
Well,
We're
you
going
have so many different options and so many different, levels of responsibility. Bigger movies are probably told what they have to do. And then small movies, I mean, heck, if you got your iPhone, that's what you got.
Yeah. I can't get my head around you can film a movie with your phone.
Yeah. I'm less and less. I was talking to somebody at work about what are the hallmarks of what makes a movie really bad for you, and for him, it was bad audio, bad sound quality.
Yeah, he has a whole
that's
chapter
the
on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just to point out, since you brought it up, that sound is like the most important thing, and never skip on it, because he has said many movies good movies did not get distribution because the sound quality wasn't there, and lesser movies get distribution because of the sound. I liken it to a podcast. We are fortunate to work at New Leonard Media, who has top-notch equipment, and we
Got
are
the best.
We have been complimented several times, by the locals here and friends here that listen to the podcast and listen to a lot of podcasts, that the quality of the sound is definitely there. So that
Sure
that
is.
makes you
We're
makes you
lucky.
professional.
Yes, indeed.
Wow. And back to the comedy. You're up, Ryan.
Me. Well, when you give me goods like that, baby,
Yeah. What am I
let's just
working
roll
off
those
of?
dice.
I got nothing.
Well, we mentioned the love interest, and this is a part of it that he meets Melissa, and she comes into the store, understandably very beautiful girl, hits on a struggling actor, and says what are you doing like right now? And he says, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow maybe. And I'm like, are you serious? This guy who clearly doesn't care about this job, he should have dropped everything
Yeah.
and walked wherever she asked him to.
Yeah. Well,
But he puts her off to tomorrow.
she asked him out for a cup of coffee, but they actually went on a dinner date.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, and then so the restaurant that they filmed that scene in, and then there's an additional scene a little bit later on.
Yeah.
He got for free because a friend of his or something like that knew the owner. So all he had to do was, and you'll see that the menu at the table is front and center
Yeah.
facing the camera. So all he had to do was do that prop there, and
Nice.
he was able to shoot there for free. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That is awesome. Well, I like, they set up some inherent conflict in here because, so how old is he? Says he's 26.
6, and she says she's 24.
And she
later on.
lives at home, like under the iron rule of her father,
Yeah, who
which
she calls Papa.
which is always
Yes, Papa.
concerning. Isn't that just a little creepy?
Yeah,
When it's used that
do you think
way,
that
it's
was
just like, oh,
stereotypical
man.
of a,
I don't know, but the conflict is kind of interesting. But again, you're like, wow, this is a girl who's training to be a pharmacist.
Yeah.
She wanted to be a musician, so there's a little bit of that,
Yeah, and the dad's super
see-
old school. When are you getting married? When are you having children?
Yeah, but she still lives at home. So,
Yeah,
when are
so-
you getting married and moving your husband into your childhood bedroom?
Well, that she would move in
Is that
with the husband.
Oh, yeah. So when are you getting the fuck out?
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
When are you going to fulfill your destiny? As
But
a-
I love when she does. I didn't realize this. She picks him up at the mall at his store for their coffee date / dinner.
yeah.
She looks at him and goes, "You're gonna change clothes, right, or whatever?" I
Yeah.
was like, "Uh-oh,"
I thought I'd stop by my place and change a shirt.
because she, and then I thought they were gonna set up some. In the romance part of it, it isn't really a huge. I don't know. I wasn't really attached to it much.
Yeah.
It seemed to be used to kind of move things along, generate one, homage, we can call it, moment.
Yeah. And I mean, it was good. It was adequate, but they didn't have like firework chemistry between the two of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
You think that?
Well, and they were meant to be. The one thing that I thought was really funny was how anytime they greeted each other, they didn't know how to hug
Yeah.
or kiss on the
Well, and the
cheek, like they
size
missed
different. My
every
God,
time.
she's he's 6'5" and she's 5'4", maybe.
So there is this. I want you to get married, and the dad,
Yeah.
they tee up that the dad's got somebody in mind, who it turns out that's the case, but she tells her dad, I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah. Who immediately fires back, well, I want you to bring this boy over.
Now,
You bring him over for dinner tomorrow.
This dad, that actor, is he, 10 years older than her, maybe?
You think he's 34?
They seem pretty close at age.
I thought it was legit.
Yeah.
You thought he was
for
too
a
young?
second, I was like, oh, she's calling him Papa. Maybe this is a...
Oh, this is another porn
This is a
thing.
naughty
Yeah, you're
situation.
stuck
No.
in the porn. Were you,
I know.
what was going on? What were you watching before this?
I did, and we talked about this scene. I did right when Bartell comes in to watch or to get that new phone or whatever,
Yeah.
and he pulls out all his credit cards, and he's like, "Might as well go for the gold." I just wrote, "This guy's bullshit. I hate his face."
Man. So that's a credit to him,
Yeah,
Alexander,
because he's just,
I can't remember, Lapointe, maybe? Yeah.
what a fucking
He got
killer.
under your skin.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did. So we've got, he's got a girl, and Johnny's hustling. He's doing his thing. But I think what's kind of neat is Johnny says, let's go to an acting class. Let's keep our chops fresh.
Let's do a workshop.
And yeah, workshop. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Which that's that more industry stuff that I'm fascinated by,
Yeah.
because, listening to it on another podcast in the world of stand-up comedy, it's those little things, doing, 3 or 4 sets a night.
Yeah. Staying
And-
fresh.
Yeah. And
doing
keeping
gigs.
going.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes a big difference because, well, liking back to a few years back when I was doing some gigs up here, and when I say up here, I'm from Detroit originally, and Traverse City is 4.5 hours north of Detroit. One particular summer, I was working all the time and doing a lot of gigs, and had a house gig at a particular bar where we were playing every week, and it made a huge difference. I mean, I was getting tons of bass solos, and we were playing some really cool stuff, and by doing it every week and doing that amount of gigs, I mean, I found myself playing some of the best I'd ever played.
How tight were your pants?
What?
Come on now.
How tight were my pants?
How
I
tight were they?
hadn't put
Scale of 1
I
to
hadn't
10.
put much. I didn't have my pre-COVID baby, so they were probably fitting pretty good.
Yeah, you know.
You know,
You accentuate.
I am proportional. That's what I'll say.
Oh, hello. You heard it here. Hashtag proportional.
Size 11 shoes.
Hashtag, this man is available, everybody.
No,
All you have to do
I'm
is
actually
email us.
2.5 beers down,
A
so
little
you
independent
never
podcast
know what I'm going to say.
at gmail.com, and we will respond. We do. This is all we do.
We
So
this is all we do.
it's the workshop that I'm really, really attuned into, because the teacher of this workshop is something
Dante.
else. Oh my
I
God.
love. So let me just say, Dante, the teacher of the workshop, who you're talking about, if you go on ivanperrick.com, this is the guy that he's listed as representation. So I guess this guy is his agent. And for me, acting or character-wise, this guy kind of steals the show. I mean, his character was just hilarious and so over the top at this workshop. I mean, I was laughing the whole time.
And poor Johnny takes the brunt of everything that's going on in this workshop.
God. Oh my God.
But this guy is wearing, now, jean shorts are, I don't know, I don't want to court any controversy. Okay, but
I
just
wear
hear me
jean
out.
shorts, and you know that. So
I know.
you're going
I know.
to give me hell for it, aren't you? Because that's the only shorts I got.
As an artist, I have to push boundaries, right? So I'm going to push some right now. I know territory I'm treading, but jean shorts,
Yeah.
I think they can be too tight, right? Maybe to the point where,
Oh.
hey, I feel like I'm uncomfortable for you. That probably hurts. Or I think maybe they can be a little too long, you know? But
You think it's a form of advertisement?
but in somewhere in the middle is fine. The way this teacher's jean shorts was the most uncomfortable I can imagine,
Yeah.
because they're not too tight. They're not too big. They're just in the middle, and he's probably got no underwear on under there. You are just moments from balls at any time.
And then the scene that, comes up in this towards
God.
the end where
Another scene that I almost threw up in. I almost threw up.
he's dry humping poor Johnny through his clothes.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Oh, it was. And it built up to that because Johnny's just getting beat up through this whole workshop.
Yeah,
And he plays it so well. Johnny does. He his reactions are
The scene
pretty
where
good.
I almost threw up was they're doing these mouth exercises,
Yeah.
and it's so ridiculous. But
Well, how about
again,
the homeless guy?
there was literally a homeless man, an old man, who falls asleep in an acting scene with our lead,
Yeah.
who is terrible, right? Is he
Yeah.
not terrible?
Yeah.
So our lead's he's a bad actor, right?
He in that scene
You're
the way
bullshit.
the way he's reading that is pretty darn dry. Yeah.
So this is kind of what we're teeing up. Anyway, so my clip is from this acting scene, and one of the most perplexing scenes in this movie, and I'm including it
Okay.
because it's really the best representation of how goofy and why this movie made me laugh.
So it's live at the workshop.
So this is in the workshop, and there's another actor who we don't know. This is just another actor, apparently doing a line reading. And this is what I'm fascinated by, because I think this shit really happens.
And I do too, and it is based loosely on his experiences.
So this is our Dante, and we have one of the people doing a line reading.
Now, I want you to feel it. Yeah, no problem. I don't know what to tell you this, but feel it. I can't believe this is happening to me. I didn't think I don't believe you. One day, I don't know when, but I promise you, I know I'm getting it all. Feel it. Ah! I have AIDS, you motherfucker! That's it. Cry like a little baby that you are. Cry.
So
I forgot
I know
about the
it's,
little baby.
that was probably hard because our production value is zero. That our fault, not New Leonard Media, of course. But like cry like a little baby, like
that you are.
And he's this guy is clearly reading a line, and he just says, "I have AIDS, you motherfucker."
Yeah.
So was that the line?
That he was working up to. That was the end of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he said a few lines before that, but he kept interrupting him.
he's this like kind of, Italian stereotype up there again
Yeah.
with the white tank top and clearly trying to get into character. But I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and then so the other scene that we were talking about where he starts having them do mouth exercises, which I liken back to what was the one with the movie you picked where they were doing the mouth
Yeah,
exercises
in a world.
In a world,
Yeah.
and who was doing that? Eva
Lake Bell.
but the one she was having to do the mouth exercise.
Eva
Longoria. So
Yeah.
that's what came to mind for me. And then poor Johnny, he's next to he's working, his partner is this attractive girl, and she's having to do all these oral exercises.
Well, they're all doing them.
Yeah, they're all doing them, but poor Johnny got a little too excited over it and had to sit down. And then Dante comes up and says, "Oh, somebody's happy to see Dante."
Well, he has to fake a cramp.
Oh yeah,
Johnny,
yeah,
like I have a cramp, and
because
he
he's got a hard
grabs
on.
Johnny's feet. Oh, so gross.
Well, the
That's-
camera angle too, right?
Yeah, it's
that was
so gross. And then he notices the Johnny chub, and it's such all of it so awkward. And again,
hashtag Johnny Chubb.
I've never done anything like that, but maybe
Wait, what?
well, an actor's workshop like that. So I don't know, like, is he wrapping up all the awkwardness into that one thing?
Yeah, I went to a different place on that when you said you had.
Oh, I would have told you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would have drawn it, like a charcoal rendering or something.
Oh, like a stick figure?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you have Johnny continuing, and Van just he's getting pressure from his girl, and she finally says, like, "Do you want to do this for your hobby?" And she's not, super into what he's doing, and he decides he's going to quit acting. And my question to you is, who does he quit to?
Who does he quit acting to?
Yeah,
Well, you just stop going to your agent,
yeah.
right? Is that what you mean?
That can't feel satisfying. I don't know what Johnny does
Well,
later must feel
I think him
satisfying,
taking the corporate job was the act of him.
but, yeah.
The official act of
Maybe
him
that's
quitting.
a bummer. There's somebody
Was
who
this-
does a stand-up bit about
Yeah.
like, this is a real bummer because if I want to quit, there's nobody to quit to. Oh, it's
Oh,
Nate
okay.
Bargatze. Nate Bargatze. He
I-
has a bit about that. Like, if I want to quit this job, there's no one to quit to, and it's a
Yeah,
bummer.
yeah. I quit being a comedy or a comedian.
Yeah, you just have to say it, and
Yeah.
and that's what happened. So I just kind of found it funny. Like, I quit acting. That's still that ego. Like, I quit acting. Just saying it. Like, motherfucker, you didn't quit nothing. You failed, and
You,
you just stopped trying.
you just stop.
You stopped trying.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now,
Yeah.
was that after the dinner or before the dinner?
No, that's before the dinner.
Okay,
So
good.
Johnny has decided to, or not Johnny. Van decides to take a corporate job.
Yep.
And that's when he and Johnny have that conversation about how their lifestyles are different.
Oh, yeah. I got
know.
it right here. I quit acting, Johnny. I'm 26, paycheck to paycheck. Johnny, your dream. What about your dream?
Yeah. And, like, okay, Johnny's mom and dad have been helping him the whole way. He comes from a different life situation. And then I noted that at the end of that scene, Johnny says, "I've got to go to practice." So he must mean that workshop. Maybe he's still getting, like dry humped by Dante on the
Yeah.
nightly.
Yeah.
But
So,
again, almost worth it for the entire movie, that workshop scene for sure. And I love that, in the next scene, in direct contrast to that, to underline Van's situation, he's eating a huge plate of fish dogs for breakfast.
yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, starving artist, literally.
Yeah. And,
and
both
free
of them
food.
are like, this is good.
Yeah.
They actually, the fake flavoring
Yeah.
that they put in them apparently is good.
And I really liked her phone call when she calls him to be like, "What are you doing? You're coming to my house for dinner."
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of close to Favreau and Swingers, because she had to call back. Like,
Sorry, I'm so stressed out. Well, my dad's got me stressed out.
I thought
I gotta go.
That was super charming.
Yeah.
And it was funny. So you tee up some kind of clash, whatever. He's got to prove himself or whatever. And he goes to the house, and this is the most fucking awkward family I've ever seen. The mother, what the fuck is happening in this house? Is there a monoxide leak or something? Like, what the fuck is happening? That mom is on Thorazine or something. She
When
could
are you
barely
mar-
speak.
Yeah.
Unless
he brought her flowers.
Unless I'm being insensitive and she English is a distant, maybe second language or something.
Yeah, because
But
they are what Middle
Was like on
Middle Eastern
moods,
maybe.
like, whoa.
She does ask him maybe about his career or what he does.
Yeah.
They're sitting on the couch alone because Melissa leaves them. And then, boom, she just blurts it out, "When are you marrying my daughter?" And then he spits his tea out all over the whole
Yeah.
room and has to clean it all
And I
up.
loved, if you look real close on the table, the votive candles, they're like Glade scented. And just from aisle 8 at Meijer. Just Glade just Glade,
The
big Glade
Amazon
right there.
special, 10
Yeah,
for
so
a dollar.
Glade got a little free plug in this movie.
Oh, see, only you know. How do you do that?
Well, I also have a question for you.
You always look at the little,
So they
things in
get-
production.
They get to the dinner table,
Yeah.
which it's a modest home, and there is I think a comedic moment between Van and the dad in the entryway.
Oh, yeah.
But they get to the dinner table, and right next to Van is a plate, like a serving dish of green onions. And I don't know if that maybe is a cultural thing for whatever meal. I don't know if they get into the meal, but it's like, Van's sitting here, the younger brother who's a kind of brooding, I don't know, what did he?
Yeah,
17,
he's
18?
Americanized, and then they're old school
Yeah.
parents from the old country, I will say. And, that's the stereotypical part of that. He really just wants to get out of there as soon as he can. And
Yeah.
then besides laughing at Van's uncomfortableness.
And so I think even before getting to the dinner table, his stomach starts rumbling, and there's the uh-oh.
Yeah, and right then you're like, okay, here we
flashback.
go, 1994. I'll just say it out loud, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
The famous Dumb and Dumber scene that made me cry in the theater. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah. And I'm going to just say it. I thought the scene was funny.
Yeah. Even though it's almost a duplicate. I mean, the
It
legs
is.
go up in the air.
But the thing is that there's the element that makes this different and relatable is he says, like, he can't hold it in any longer. And now I don't understand why anybody in the scene even waits to critical mass like this.
Yeah.
Like, if you got to take a shit, you've been there, I've been there, we've all been there. Like, taking a shit sucks. When you're in somebody else's house, it's even worse.
Yeah.
But he has to go, I need to go to the bathroom as far away as humanly possible.
Right.
They're like, oh, the one upstairs is broken. You got to use the one literally
Right
3
off-
feet from us.
Right behind him off the dining room.
Now, a lot of folks know who listen to us that I watch these movies with subtitles on. And this was a particularly fun bit of cinema to watch with the subtitles on. Because Johnny...
you
Johnny,
didn't have the sound effects going with it?
No, I had sound going, but subtitles as well.
But
they can
so
happen
how loud? I mean,
at
because
the same time.
Jess was sleeping, so you
Oh,
probably
no,
had it turned
full
down.
volume. No, I was at
She
full
just
volume.
goes right out.
Yeah.
See, oh my god, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I could sleep like that.
So, so you can have some comedy, like, oh shit, he's gonna go destroy this bathroom
Yeah.
right here, and he does, and all that stuff happens. But they keep cutting to the family, not saying a fucking word, and they even all physically react.
Yeah.
Every time there's some violent movement. So in the subtitles, what you see is classical violin music, violent diarrhea, like literally written out, violent diarrhea,
Oh my God.
or like light playful music, loud farting. That's what it literally said on the screen.
Wow. So one of the things in his book is Ivan Perek, his book is about what we just say, the subtitles that all get distribution. Your movie has to have subtitles, but then you got to decide how many different languages, how many different countries you want to try to distribute in. And this is something I never even thought of or knew about, was thinking about the subtitles, but it isn't terribly expensive. I want to say he paid, I think he said $10 per minute, so 85 minutes. It was like $85 to have one subtitles done in English. But if you want it done in French, he's from Montreal.
yeah.
If you want it done in, whatever language you're going to distribute to, that's just more and more fees that add up.
Yeah.
But I found that very interesting how, it wasn't that much to have subtitles done.
Yeah.
And you do it right online. You send them their film, they do their thing. And
I always wonder how they were done, if they were just done literally by people translating it.
yeah,
human beings.
people advertise online that do it. So
Well, Johnny, I cannot stop calling Van
Johnny.
I don't know. It's a thing. Johnny Van. This is terrible. Well, Van survives the night. Obviously, there's the smells that go along with what he did in the bathroom. And I love how the dad is so upset by it, he leaves the whole goddamn dinner table.
Yeah, he just gets up and walks
Like,
away.
The
And then
chair
everyone
spin-
else's reaction,
and
like they're all
upset.
stiff. They're just like,
upset.
okay, what
Like,
do we
look
do
what
now?
you did. Father has left the table because of your shits. Your violent diarrhea.
And you smell, and all because of those damn fish,
The fish
dogs that
Yeah.
the agent set Johnny on.
And I now we have, his kind of artistic ennui, and he's just sad, and the Amelot montage and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And what prompts him, I can't remember, because we have this kind of final thrust in the movie where, he self-destructs, the artist can't be caged.
Oh, the bar scene.
Yeah, he wants to go out. They just want to go out. He wants to
Yeah.
celebrate something, right? Because he gets an audition for a big gig, and that's another insider thing where he thinks he does well, and he leaves the audition, and
Yeah.
he hears them saying like,
and
"We should pass on. He's just too tall. He's just too tall."
yeah, and he did do well. I mean, they said it.
Yeah.
Good audition.
But he's just too
And
tall.
then he hangs around and
So
hears
just
them.
remembering all this stuff. But I
Yeah,
thought
and
he
they're
was
like,
celebrating
"What do we
something.
do?" And they said, "Cut him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he's given up acting, and he just says, "Hey, we should go out because maybe things have been stale." And she's tired. She doesn't want to go out. Maybe he's going to meet him.
It's the whole parent thing. She, having
Oh,
to
yeah,
sneak out
and
because he's going
yeah.
out so late,
No, that's
and he's
right,
going
that's
to a
right.
nightclub. She thought he was asking her out to dinner.
Yeah, because
And so she was all like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna go on a
she's
date
like,
again."
"Aren't you too old for clubs?" And he's like, "Does your dad control you like a little baby?"
You live at home where your parents completely control you, and you're 24.
So
he really laid it on her.
This is where the movie confused me and delighted me at the same time, because he makes the creepiest dance faces I've ever seen. It was hard to watch.
So the bar was free, friend of the family.
Was it? What?
He didn't
just
pay
keeps
to use that
ordering
bar.
drinks.
It was a real bar.
Oh, the
Yeah.
The movie. Sorry.
Like on our
That's right.
previous episode where you talked about how little you charged the
Oh, yeah.
filmmaker to
Yeah.
be at Blackstone.
Yeah.
He did get the bar for free because friend of the family or what have you, and
Nice.
they allowed him to go shoot there. But again, I liken it to if you're making your own film and you're the star of your own film, the bar scene is just him surrounded by all beautiful young girls,
Yeah.
young women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was I counted one guy on the dance floor,
Well, he does.
and they're all fixated on him.
He does a come here move.
Oh, yeah.
like from an 80s music video
with
where it's like the not like hard nod up, like come on over
Yeah.
here onto the floor.
and I don't think she got a credit, even though she didn't have a line,
Oh,
but he's
man.
directing
his creepy dance faces, I couldn't. I looked away many times, and I think meant for comedy, but well done, because you created a reaction in me that was mostly repellent, but holy cow.
Well, how about, 3 times he like does the signal and demands her to come over
Yeah.
from across the dance floor, this, good-looking brunette, and she just kind of shrugs him off. And then after the 4th time, she like actually
Yeah.
comes over and
He really
dances with
hangs in
him.
there. He really hangs in there.
Cut to Melissa showing up at the bar.
Nope, she's there.
And what a
Besides.
line she says to him. After seeing you go from ass to ass out on the dance floor, I don't think I even know you or who you are or whatever.
Yeah, and he was definitely grinding on some ass. He was going ass to ass. It was
Well, that's what he wrote in the script. So yeah.
Yeah.
He got to surround. Oh, so guess how much each of those extras on the dance floor got paid? It's in his book.
a couple of warm fish dogs.
Ooh, warm. So they got heated in the
Yeah, I
microwave?
think they were microwaved fish dogs, yeah.
Okay, so get rid of the dripping water
Yeah.
and a little bit of crunch.
Yep. So lunch.
So the dance floor was filled with, wouldn't you say, maybe 20 girls, roughly?
I'd say so.
I guess something like that.
Yeah.
And then all the scenes at the bar. So all those people, however many there were, got paid $40 each
Nice.
as a extra in the movie Too Tall.
Nice job. Nice job. Doing it for the art, baby. Doing
Yep.
it for the art.
Yep.
And so they break up, and because obviously that can't go on.
Yeah.
She and he cries innocent a little bit, but at this point,
Well, she's completely in the right in that scene.
yeah. So at this point, I was just kind of wondering where the movie was going, and did you wonder where that scene from the beginning came from at this point? Because I didn't.
The James Bartell cologne commercial.
No. The scene of him, getting yelled at by Bartell.
Oh no!
It's interesting.
It just slipped out of my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so at
because it
this
was in a
point-
montage. Maybe.
You might be thinking, wouldn't you? I just thinking about it now. Why wasn't I thinking about that scene? Like, what the hell
Yeah.
was happening with
How
that?
did those two meet? How did they get together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
So I love how, he's trying to kind of get things repaired. And I think this is a Canadian thing. And I think maybe Seth
Yeah.
Rogen talked about this, but milk in a bag.
What?
He's pouring milk out of it's in a plastic jug, but it's in a bag.
No.
Is that a thing?
I didn't catch
I've
that.
only been in Toronto once, but I think I didn't.
Milk in a bag.
Yeah.
That
Let us know.
I think that's a hashtag.
And I love how. Do you think he's going to Melissa's house to? Do you think he's trying to get back with her, or what do you think he's doing?
Well, let me see. I got depression montage. Oh, that Melissa engaged. So he goes over there to apologize, and see if there's anything to repair in this relationship.
Yeah,
That's
So
that's
kinda-
what I would think. That's
And
what I took.
Do you
it.
think it's meant for comedy that she's engaged? Because this doesn't seem like a lot of time passed. So I
Right.
was kind of like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Well,
She's engaged.
Papa took over.
To a guy who's 55 years old,
No,
and
he wasn't that old.
he's obnoxious, and it's hilarious because
Yeah, he is
and
obnoxious
I
at the
think
dinner
even the
table.
family's just like, oh boy, what have we done?
Yeah. Well, Dad's all happy,
Yeah.
You're perfect for each other, and God, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're getting an October wedding, which is like what, a month away or something
yeah.
like that.
So I think that's probably a play for comedy. But he, I'm thinking now this is when Jen kind of pops back into his life and tells him about an audition. And I'm thinking, man, like she just came to check on him.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, well, this is probably where the real love connection is going to be. But
Well,
he probably
yeah.
doesn't deserve her either.
Well, she's
At this point,
she's gently playing up to him throughout the whole movie,
and again, it's
not in an aggressive way,
it's
but
well done because
I
she
wanted to
flies
see
so
how you
under
were
the radar
doing-
until
yeah.
then, and then you're like,
yeah.
there it is.
But he doesn't pick up on her. He basically ignores her, and like when she's there when he's going with Melissa on the date, you know, and he's like, oh, we'll have a good, she is like, we'll have a good time tonight. But she actually delivered that line really well. And you could tell she's like, you know, it's kind of killing her inside that it should be her kind of thing.
Yeah. That is pretty sweet, I think. But he ends up, and this is where it gets a little fuzzy for me. He ends up, you know, maybe trying to repair the Johnny thing. So he busts up one of Johnny's monologues. Is he auditioning for something?
I think he was just rehearsing.
Okay.
And then out of the darkness, one guy, a single clappy comes walking out. So he was watching Johnny rehearse and, you know.
So how did they get a shot at the cop show?
Your girl, the blonde, she told him about the audition.
There's an audition. It was like an
She said,
audition.
I thought of you. Here's an audition for a big movie. I think you'd be awesome in it. So
the two of them,
she does it all. Yeah. She's the, you know,
and it
his
wraps
hero.
up with, you know, the freak out from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, cut to them. He's doing his one scene, and I like the, you know, the behind the scenes stuff, and you know, addressing him as Mr. Bartell, and oh well, you know, even he's a featured actor that day, right? He's got a line, so he still gets you know, your Van, and he's on the list.
Yeah, wasn't it a cop show?
Yeah,
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, fucking called Cop Show. That's funny.
And the guy who played the director, I thought was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, he just oozed authority.
Yeah, and directing a TV show.
Yeah,
it's probably like that.
I mean, for all I know, he is one, but he just stuck out to me. Like, I'm like, okay, this guy feels like the real deal.
Yeah, in the way the freak out is, you know, like he yells at the boom mic guy.
Yeah,
you know, you're all unprofessional. Fuck you.
Yeah, can you give me Clint Eastwood? I thought
that
that was
takes,
funny. Yeah. And then he's getting into his Clint Eastwood. James Bartell is. And then the mic drops down right in front of his face, and he's like, "What the fuck, you piece of shit! I can't work with amateurs."
Just like lower his eyes a little bit, like he clearly just sucks. So he does the freak out, and we see the aftermath of the freak out. In that, you know, in maybe a fantastical way, we find that Van gets a shot at the lead when the director says, "Hey, can you do a smoldering Clint Eastwood?"
He's like, "Yeah, I can do Clint." But what I really loved about that part was right after that, he goes to freshen up, you know, and the girl's chasing him with the little makeup brush, which was hilarious as he's walking.
His time is money.
And she can't reach it, you know, she could barely reach his face, you know, it's pretty funny. Johnny's there, and Johnny gets with him in the corner and says, you know, just gets right up to him, and he's like, no, not creative, but he tells him, Van, this is your moment.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So again, you know, Johnny's the one who's been hustling. He's been there since the beginning, though he had that leg up with help with rent and gas and utilities. But Van wins in the end, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for that quote, but I thought I had it in here. But anyway, in paraphrasing it, it's his good buddy.
You
saying,
paraphrase, buddy. Go.
Yeah,
go ahead. It doesn't have to. Nobody's going to hold us to it, I don't think.
Van, this is your moment. Go show him who Van last name is.
Van's last name is.
Yeah. I
struggled clearly remembering his name the whole podcast.
Perry.
Van Perry.
What do you think? Am I right?
I think so.
Am I wrong?
I don't think he was credited with a last name.
I thought I wrote it in there. But anyway, I love that moment because he's completely supporting him, and he's, earlier in the movie how he said, you're the one that got me into acting, and said never give up.
Yep.
And the whole thing is about this feel good success ending.
The line he has to say, and that's what I think is great before Bartell freaks out, is he's delivering his line quite well.
Yeah.
And it's about an 84-year-old one-legged albino grandmother. And it's funny. I mean, it's really funny.
All three times he says it.
Yeah. And he does a good job with it. And then, cut to him doing the scene, and he's the lead.
Yeah.
And somebody else, who has to deliver the albino grandmother.
So I ask you, Ryan, as a movie aficionado that you are.
Oh, just lover. I'm a lover.
You are, you.
Of movies.
Oh, yeah. Give yourself credit. You have quite a background with this stuff. So
I'm nervous.
Here it is.
Okay.
How was this Clint Eastwood?
Oh, it was terrible.
Without hesitation.
Yeah. And I think that was on purpose. I mean, like,
I hope so.
Bartels
Sorry,
was
Ivan.
a fucking dump truck full of loaded diapers. I mean, that was god awful. But
Well, there's Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood,
oh yeah,
right?
No,
There's the
yes,
man with
there's
no
different-
name,
yep,
Clint Eastwood.
absolutely.
But clearly he's talking Dirty
just
Harry.
shades of eye opening. You
Yeah.
know, like the man with no name. He's barely got slits. I mean, you can
Yeah.
barely see anything.
Well, it's cop show. You know,
Yeah.
it's clearly going to be Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We forgot to do the tagline. So
Oh, shit. Yeah.
and it's from the poster, and it's a little awkward, but I'm going to read you the tagline as it is on the poster.
okay.
Life is never. Oh man, I'm already thinking about
Rewind.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about just how to do it right. So the tagline on the poster: "Life is never too short when you're."
Or does
Correct.
it say actually
Yeah,
say
dot,
too
dot,
tall?
dot. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's an ellipses at the end.
And then the title in big bold letters on the poster is too tall.
Right.
Okay. I like it.
All right.
You hate it.
I think it's terrible.
I can look
Life
the
is
tenseness
never
in
too
your face
short.
and in your jaw.
Life
You're
is
just
never too short.
I don't know. You haven't gone through life
Never
as
too
6'5". You don't know.
No, I haven't. Not even close. And nowhere near.
And or proportional.
No, never
I mean,
near.
that's a rough way to go through
Had
life.
a lady run out of the room ever.
Say, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no,
You know,
That's
not
not-
even remotely.
that's not
So,
happening.
Have you seen the movie To Die Is Hard?
No, but I
guess
did
that's a
sit
weird
through Bikini Girls on Ice to my credit.
So on IMDb, hard to miss, and I don't know what the connection is a movie called To Die Is Hard, and I initially thought it was like a legit, like maybe Croatian attempt to do a Die Hard movie,
Okay.
and it's about a teacher named Joe McCann, an English teacher. But it turns out it seems to be an intentionally funny comedy, and I do not know how these are connected, but it's a suggested movie. So I am watching To Die Is Hard as soon as I can
From IMDb.
from IMDb.
Okay.
So maybe somebody who worked on this worked on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who knows how that algorithm works? It could, it could be on many different factors,
Yeah.
or is on many different factors.
Absolutely. So I mentioned the lack of reviews, and I think there was one. So there's a few reviews out there, but none into the standard of which I like.
Did we
fine
end the
reviews.
movie? Should we say that he was successful? The director was clapping
Oh,
and
yes.
said, "Great take,"
Yeah.
and so he passed his test at his moment, and he's got his arms up in the air like Rocky, not literally in the
Yeah.
movie, but that's the arc. And
Yeah. Oh, and I like how, romantically he sees Melissa one final time, and he's like,
yes,
have a good life, and he just walks the fuck on. And
kisses her on the cheek,
yeah.
mind you, which is the kiss of death,
he finally,
right?
He finally figured it out. And
She-
he meets up with Jen.
And that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and they embrace and kiss, and they're
Ew.
together now.
They are together? How are they doing?
In the end of the movie.
I've been rooting for
she
them
has
the
a
whole time.
French last name, so I think they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, meaning like she's taking care of business in all places
Um,
because she's French?
I like where you're going with
Yeah,
that, but
okay.
that's not where I would, just because he spoke French is what I
Yeah.
initially
Oh,
thought.
yes,
but
absolutely.
I think the French
I
probably
like
have a
the
leg up on
idea
that.
of
A
honestly,
leg up on that, Ryan. The French probably have a leg up on that.
a frog leg up.
I love it when you just leave me hanging out to
I
dry.
know, it's way more fun.
And then you just grin at me like,
It's way more fun. Way more fun. We're trying to elevate the levels of laughter and
fun-dom.
engagement. Yep. Well, this was a fun watch. Like I said, it was kind of uneven in a way. Like I didn't know if sometimes it was being intentionally corny to being corny, but
right.
there were scenes that make me laugh out loud, and I got to tell you, that's harder and harder for me lately. Like getting movies to make me laugh, and it's just
Really?
harder. Yeah.
You're just not seeing them.
I think that it's just I'm just sadder more, I guess. Really, a cry for help is what I was doing. But it's fine. Thanks, everybody. Well,
Yeah.
this will be the end of it. No, it's harder. I don't know. I think comedy is really hard to do in any way, shape, or form, especially if you're not a huge famous person who,
Yeah.
you know, you don't,
Well-
you walk into the room before you do your
You
name.
think in your lifetime how much material you've seen.
Yeah.
So it's hard to come up with a surprise, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, geez.
Well, I did find a review that was, I think, worth reading.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want to not end the way we normally do, you know.
We have to.
Well,
we have to have that.
And you know, there's stuff out there, but we like some fun stuff.
Well, so after you do this review, I'll have a question for you, and we'll end it that way.
Ah,
on
all
the
right.
movie. How's that?
All right. Well, this is on Amazon. It's a 5-star review on Amazon, so that is the highest of heights on Amazon.
Oh,
So it's a good one.
good for Ivan.
Good for Ivan. I was reluctant to view this movie because of the lack of reviews. I'm glad I took the chance. It shows how the entertainment industry has its aspect of what and who is sellable based on tried and true formulas. But then actors like Danny DeVito on Taxi broke that norm and can be great if only given the chance. James Arness of Gunsmoke fame was 6'7", and Chuck Connors of The Rifleman was 6'6". This movie shows that good acting is not measured by the inch, but by the depth, like in the old days when even TV series were better acted than most of today's CGI-laden attempts to cover up acting mediocrity. Worth a watch.
Wow. I got to say, I really like that CGI line. You know, not to be pompous or, you know, I'm an
Throwing
indie guy
James
or whatever.
Arness and fucking Chuck Connors into this, I loved it, man.
I
This
had no
stood out
idea
to
they
me.
were the Rifleman
And
was
still
that
did.
tall.
I would have said Chuck Connors of Tourist Trap fame, but that's just me. I'm a horror movie fan.
Oh, see, I don't even. Yeah, I know him from the Rifleman.
Oh yeah, Chuck Connors,
Yeah.
creepy motherfucker.
Chuck Heston.
Think about it. Could be always. Yeah, no, always.
We love our
always creepy.
Nova.
Hashtag.
Can
Always
you
creepy.
love.
All right. Well, you had a final.
Yeah, I
had
had
a
a-
wrap
just
up. Did you want to?
Right before that, the thought came into my mind there when you were saying that is, so Ryan, as a blind date, would you go out on a second one?
Oh, that's a wonderful question.
Yeah,
In the
and it probably should be
context-
asked to me because I. But yeah, I just thought of that when you were saying we didn't have the reviews, and I thought, well, let's.
Well, what would that mean? Would that mean seeing this film again or seeing another of Ivan's films?
It would. I would not seen it again.
We'd have to maybe
but
quantify
maybe
that if we
something
do these.
related, or going out, or seen another one of his films, or something related. Yeah.
Yes. I did have to think about that, but yes.
Yeah. You went back and forth there. Your eyes were going
I
around.
want to give real answers, but yeah, I would.
Okay.
Would you?
Yeah, I already did. I saw Bikini
yeah.
Girls on Ice, which was done by, was it written by him or you just
Okay,
they
don't-
were just actors.
Don't get me wrong. That movie is all sorts of intriguing to me. I mean, I'm shocked that I didn't see it first. I think every listener of this podcast is shocked that I didn't see that movie
well,
first.
that title is very attractive.
I know.
I just want
I
to
feel like that's a Ryan title, and I feel like I've let everybody down. But you bringing that to the table is just juicy and sweet, man.
juicy.
It is. I know what I said.
Like-
I'm
like-
standing by it.
Like the pair of sweats that says juicy across the behind.
That's right. Always just evokes just, all the good things. All
That's-
the good things.
It's like a brand itself, isn't it?
That is. Well, thank you for going on this blind date. I hope, listeners, if you enjoy this kind of thing, again, you can email us at littleindependentpodcast@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page, of course, that you can write, ask us questions, give us movie suggestions, all that kind of stuff. We do have somebody new who's helping us, and we are very, very thankful for that to that person as well. And, Todd.
It's over already, Ryan. I can't believe it. It went so fast.
I know.
I mean, the date's over. Yes,
Okay.
Ryan.
We'll always have.
You'll love it.
Monty Doro.
Love it. It's just as like
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
just
Like
a
I'm
little
introducing a
independent,
movie to you.
like you're about to.
All right, yeah.
Just a little independent.